It's 15th of October, a great day for bulls. Anyone who might have went long in the initial hours of today's session might have gained a huge profit. Let's look at the data. India VIX is down 5%. Remember, and day before yesterday it has rose up 10% and today it has fallen 5%. For indices, our major index Nifty 50 is up 0.7%. That is around 180 points. From previous day there was a one-way down move. Towards the end there was a slight recovery, and today that recovery was continued to form a V-shaped recovery. Combining yesterday and today's price action, it forms a V-shape. Then we have Fin Nifty, which is up around 1%, and I guess it was the leading sector. Then we have Bank Nifty 0.5% up, Nifty IT is also 0.5%, and Nifty Pharma is flat. FMCG is another contributor to the rally, which is 1% up. Then we have Nifty Auto 0.26%. Coming to top performing equities, in the top gainers list we have Bajaj Finance 4% up, and Nestle India also 4% up around. Then we have Bajaj Finserv 3% up, Asian Paints 2.5%, and for top losers we have Tata Motors 1% down, Bajaj Auto 1%, Infosys 1%, Tech Mahindra 0.6%, and Axis Bank 0.6% up. For Axis Bank, after today's closing, it declared its results, and results are not aligning. It is not good. There is around a 26% decrease in year-to-year revenue or net profits. I'm not sure, but there is something that is 26% down year-on-year. So tomorrow, most likely, we could see a selling pressure in Axis Bank. Let's now continue on the screen for the details.
For those who are new to this channel, hi, I am Aryan, a noob trader. I have been trading in the Indian markets for the past 4 years. My trades are based solely on technical analysis, which includes price action, chart patterns, support, resistance, and trend lines. Before I proceed further, let me give you guys a standard disclaimer. I am not a SEBI registered analyst. The equities shown in this video are solely for educational purposes. I do not provide any buy or sell levels. Neither do I recommend anyone to trade on my analysis. I have a right to be wrong, and I love being wrong. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any positions. Wishing you a happy trading.
On the screen, we have opened up Nifty 50 on 1 hour time frame as usual. Today is 15th of October and today's price action starts here. For today's price action, you can see that initially it was a big green candle. Then as the day progressed, the size of the candles diminished. And in the last 3 hours, we can see candles with no body, only tails. The first candle has a upper tail, then a second candle has a lower tail, and the third candle is a pure doji with no tails on the either side. There is tails on both sides, but they are negligible, very small. And seeing today's price action, if we compare it with yesterday there was a steep fall. Then towards the end there was a slight recovery. Today that recovery has continued and it has formed a V-shape pattern, pure V-shape pattern. Now it is at this resistance level, the one marked with bluish, the one highlighted with blue, and at the resistance, though it crossed the resistance slightly to reach a high of 25,360, there it found selling pressure. Then on the next candle, we see a selling pressure which brought prices to below 25,300, or to be somewhere around 25,300, at which we saw a great buying, and then price was then pushed back slightly above 300. So that was the chart on 1 hour. So that was all about 1 hour chart. Now let's move on to 15 minutes chart. On 15 minutes chart, initial candle was a big green one, then a slight pullback. The pullback ended above the first candle's midway. Then there was a rally. It rallied, took prices to resistance level where it consolidated in a rectangular pattern for around 2 to 3 hours. Then inside at the resistance itself, there was a slight rally that took prices out of that resistance on the upper side, but then it saw selling pressure and then was brought back into the resistance level where it closed. So today it has closed at the highest point of the day, and if we consider this, we are closing at the resistance level. So next day's price action is very crucial. If this resistance is to be held, prices should come down, or if it is not to be held, then it should move, it should break out of it, then retest and then move ahead. On daily time frame, this is the support 24,500, and the resistance is somewhere around 25,700 to 800. These are the resistance on the daily time frame in this rectangle. On the daily time frame in this rectangular box, the support is 24,500, somewhere 24,200 to keep safe side, and on the resistance is at 25,600 or somewhere around 25,500 to be round figure. And currently we are at the resistance level, so as mentioned already, tomorrow's price action will be crucial. If this resistance is crossed, then our next target should be 25,600, that is 1% up move. Now let's move on to our sectoral indices. On the sectoral indices, I have not checked the data yet. Let's directly look at the chart. So let me zoom out a bit so that we can see clear candles. Okay, so the Nifty 50 we have already discussed. This is the V pattern, and prices went above this resistance somewhere around. Bank Nifty is slightly more bullish, or we can say exact ditto copy. If we compare Nifty 50 and Bank Nifty, you can see both are the similar patterns, no change. Coming to auto index, today auto index saw sell-off, as we can see Tata Motors was slightly down, and we can see that it has formed a M pattern, somewhat M-shaped pattern. See this M, and this M pattern was broken to downside and closed at the retest level. So if this is really a M pattern and it is a retest, then prices should find supply here and then come way back down. That was the case of auto index. FMCG shot up like anything. Yesterday, since past few days, it was going down, and I guess today it is short covering before key results. What key result is coming? I don't think anything except Hindustani. Okay, so today Nestle was up. Nestle was up quite decent. We will check that out when we look at top gainers. However, for the index, we can see that FMCG has shot up like anything. IT index after yesterday's sell-off today tried to consolidate at the lower levels itself. Though in the initial candle it tried to move higher, but then was quickly sold into brought back to yesterday's support level, from which it found support and moved gradually up for the whole day. Pharma index yesterday's sell-off. After that there was a slight recovery, and today where it has closed, all the price action was inside that itself. So in a rectangular box it traded, and towards the end it saw a minor sell-off, and that was all for pharma. Minor sell-off which broke this smaller rectangular box. To conclude, today's outperforming sectors are Bank Nifty and FMCG. Auto index and IT we can say as flat, and pharma is also somewhat similar to IT and auto. Now let's move on to see some of the outperforming equities. On the outperforming equities list, we will start with top losers, and the top losers is Nifty Bank from banking sector, which is, let's move to 15 minutes first, which started with a red candle, and then for the whole day it kept on going back. First leg of downfall, then a slight pullback, another leg downfall, then a slight pullback. That was the price action for Nifty Bank. Tata Motors is down 1.1%. Tata Motors has been coming down for a long time. Remember, we had watched somewhere around. It has been coming down for yesterday after demerger. It momentarily shot up. However, that whole rally was fizzled out in yesterday also, and today's price action it continued. It opened with a big red candle. Then after that, gradually it came down. Our next loser is Bajaj Auto, which is again 1% down. It is evident if the equities are falling 1%, not one, just two heavyweight equities are falling 1%. So naturally the index will underperform. Bajaj Auto initial candle was a green one. Then for an hour it consolidated at that higher level. Then there was a sell-off, then a slight pullback, then again a sell-off to close at the lowest point of the day. With this sell-off, it has now come up near this this support level, which it has broken down. Earlier it was a resistance which now has been broken, and if a resistance is broken, it should act as a support, and that is what we are anticipating. For our next top loser, we have Infosys. Infosys is down 1%. Yesterday it was up slightly, and today it has come down. Initially it came down, and then after that there was a consolidation in a upside pole and flat pattern. Then we have Axis Bank, which is 0.6% down ahead of its quarterly results, and recently and few moments ago I saw its results were not good, about 26% year-on-year fall in something revenue or profit, I guess. So in all likely scenarios, tomorrow it may be a very bad day for Axis Bank. Looking at the price action, the fall started in the initial candle itself, then consolidated. Then for the whole day it consolidated at that lower level. And now let's look at the top gainers, and top gainers Bajaj Finserv. Oh no, it is Bajaj Finance. Sorry, Sorry for the mistake. It is Bajaj Finance, and we can see a one-way rally. What was the news behind this rally? Even I don't know. I have not checked news regarding to this, but a 4% rally. It's very good day for anyone who went long on it. Then we have Nestle, which is almost 4% up, and the similar price action in Nestle also. And then our next top performer is Bajaj Finserv, which is 3% up. And with this 3% up, let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so it is now approaching. Remember this rectangular box we had drawn? Let me move on 1 hour time frame. See, this is the rectangular box that we had drawn inside which it was trading for a long time. Recently, it has come near the support, and so I had anticipated an up move, and this is that up move has come quite early. I was not expecting that up move so early. With today's 3% up move, it has now slightly breached this upper resistance level. However, I am not much bullish about it for in ahead. That was all for Bajaj Finserv. Now Asian Paints. Asian Paints is 2.5% up, and with this 2.5% up move, and with this 2.5% up move, this up move was a one-way rally. All the top gainers are moving one way. And we have HDFC Life Insurance again from a financial sector, which is 2.37% up, and it is a one-way rally. Went up initially, then slight consolidation, and towards the end, the rally resumed. So that was all about today's post-market report. Let's quickly wrap up this video.
That was all about today's report. Please like this video and subscribe the channel to get notifications of latest videos. Bye bye traders. See you in the next report. Adios amigo. Powering off.